I'm just updating you. I know I updated you not long ago, but I've had another scan, 28 weeks and 3 days, which was yesterday, and it was a fetal medicine scan, so she did like the growth of the baby and things like that, so more in detail, and obviously she's my consultant, so she's the expert. Really grateful to have such an amazing consultant. She really does know what she's doing. And we've had quite good news with the scan. Obviously, you all know my waters went when I was 22 weeks and 6 days. So I'm now 28 weeks and 4 days. The growth of the baby is actually perfect, really. And I can just show you here on this piece of paper. You've got the femur length at the top, which I believe is the bone, the leg, the top leg from the knee to the hip. The middle line there indicates that sort of like bang on average, and then you get the top line, which is if they go above that, then it's not as normal, and below that bottom line is not as normal. So as you can see, the previous one, she has been quite scattered, but now it seems to be, you know, on the line, so that's really good. And then you've got the AC here, which is the tummy, the baby's tummy. Again, that's more or less stayed in the middle anyway the whole time. And then the head I think it's the head circumference there. And again, that's in the middle. Took a bit of a dip around 26 weeks, but again, the consultant did say that with the waters changing, they can sort of alter the measurements, and they cannot be inaccurate, the measurements. So it looks like a growth's doing really well. I've also, just looking at my notes, she did mention that it was really good water levels, actually the best that they've ever been. Let me just see if I can find out what there was. AFI, good volume, 11.4 centimetres, so the best that they've been, so that's really good so far. I don't know how they're going up. I think it's bizarre, really. But she did also mention, though, that because she was really like just pockets of water at 23 weeks, when I first found out that my waters had broken, because there was such a small amount of water, they still can't guarantee that baby's lungs can function properly. Even though she might have a fully formed lung, it doesn't mean that they can work or they know how to work. So that's quite scary, and to be honest, that's probably the only thing that we're worried about now, is just the lungs, because obviously lungs are so important when babies are born, and I don't know what could happen if there are anything that could get them working or teach them how to work. I really don't know. I know that they breathe in, inhale and exhale the amniotic fluid. That's called practice breathing when they're in the womb, and that's why they're not sure whether they will work, because they don't know whether she's had that enough fluid at that time that she needed it. So that's a bit of a worry. I don't know. We just don't know until she's born, because obviously the ultrasound scans, nothing can work out that whether they are working or not. So we've got to keep our fingers crossed for that. If you have any stories yourself when your waters have broke or you've had low waters, please comment and get in touch, because it would be really nice to just know somebody else who's been in the same situation. And also the outcomes when your baby was born. How their lungs was functioning and things like that. Hopefully, because the liquid volume seemed to keep going up every scan, my waters seem to have like increased that little bit more. So hopefully she has had enough fluid. She's certainly got enough at the minute. So that's really positive. She's still kicking strong, really good heartbeat. I don't think I've got anything more to tell you, really, but overall a really good scan. She did also mention that the concern with this baby is because she's breech, I can feel her if she does turn. She's only ever turned head down once, because I've got a bicornuate uterus as well, as I've had low waters. So now she's breech, I don't think she'll move now, because it's quite tight and I can really feel her in there moving. And she's foot limb breech, where she kicks down really low. The concern with that is with premature birth, obviously because it can be quite different, the pains that you get, it could be just mild period pains, and that's why you have to go into the hospital as soon as anything's changed, because her feet can basically start to come out, and also the cord can, and obviously that can be really dangerous if the cord comes out, because it essentially, I think it just stops working, and obviously the baby needs that oxygen that comes, from me through the cord to the baby, and that's what I believe is the correct way it works. So that's why I need to be really quick if anything does happen. The long-term goal, though, hopefully if birth doesn't come, I just re-asked my consultant yesterday, is the plan still to get to between 32 and 36 weeks? She says yes. She says, because my waters are broke so early and I've managed to keep infection out, she can't see it being a high risk or any much difference to lasting to 36 weeks instead of being induced at 32. So hopefully, if all goes well, I keep the infection away, I can last out till 36 weeks. That is the long-term plan. Obviously, making sure growth and the placenta and the waters are still okay at that point. But however, if somebody's waters went at, say, 31 weeks, they would be more likely to want to get the baby out at 32, just because they can't prove that they've fought infection off, if you see what I mean, because they've only just gone. But because I've gone for so many weeks without having an infection, that's why they're willing, or, well, not willing, but it's worth the risk, rather than having baby born prematurely, to just keep her in them extra 4 weeks, because I've managed so far without getting an infection. That's all really that's new for today. So like I said, the biggest thing is the lung. So I'll update you if we know anything more, if anything changes. Other than that, I've got another scan not until I'm 32 weeks. So all looking good. She's not that concerned to be wanting to scan me every week or every fortnight, which is a positive. So just more knitting for me, sitting at home with my feet up. Bye.